Trey Berry from SAU. He is the president at SAU. We have Superintendent John Ward with us.
We ask that you show us how to be more loving and kind with one another. Help us to have a vision of all that is good that could be better by your grace and power working through all of us. We give you thanks for all that you have given us in the rich resources of people and land. And we thank you for the freedom we have in our Savior and Lord to serve you as we serve one another. We give you thanks for the abundance of food that we have enjoyed and pray for those who are still hungry for hope and food. And we pray, confident that you will help us to do the work that needs to be done to answer all our prayers. And it is in the spirit of the oneness of you and us we pray. Amen.
Go ahead and start with our award ceremony, and I'll have Miss Samantha Roberson to come up and start us out.
We are going to start off with the Leadership Magnolia Distinguished Alumni Award. And the person that is receiving this award has been a huge asset to our community, to Leadership Magnolia, as well as the many other boards that she serves on. Since moving to Magnolia with her husband and son, Kevin and Clayton, Crystal has been active in promoting our community. She's been instrumental in starting the first annual Leadership Magnolia Goes Green Earth Day and Recycling event, which will be held every year prior now by the Leadership Magnolia Board. She's also involved in the Leadership Magnolia Class Chair for the year 2015 through 16. She's presently on the Leadership...
I'm very appreciative. This is quite an honor to bestow upon her, and she was very happy. I wish she could be here tonight. I've got to take just a minute to say a couple of things about her. You know, she's been teaching for a number of years, and I couldn't help but pick up on a few things that she does, even though I'm not an educator. But, you know, there are a couple of traits, I guess, characteristics or teaching philosophy that, frankly, if you'll forgive me for saying so, I think they go a bit above and beyond the normal expectations. One is that she is not satisfied to just stand in front of class, present the material, and say, okay, I did my part, you know, take it or leave it, learn it, forget it, do whatever. She wants every one of her students to do their very best. She wants them to perform to their full potential, whatever that level may be. And when she senses that they're not, well, she'll have a little conversation with them and give them a little encouragement, maybe apply a slight amount of gentle pressure, try to get their performance on that. The other thing is that she believes they've got to learn more than just the basic curriculum, more than 3 R's. Now, I better watch myself here. I'm dating myself. I bet there are at least 2 or 3 people in the room who have never heard of the 3 R's. I'm not going to go into that, but you can Google it or something, find out what the 3 R's of education are. But she really believes that in addition to the curriculum, the students need to develop a sound sense of values, morals, and ethics, things that unfortunately all too often they don't get at home. And she tries hard to instill these values in her students. She wants them all to become responsible citizens, make a positive contribution to the community, not just become a drain on society. And she works hard to do that. On her behalf, I want to sincerely thank the Chamber for this award. I assure you she is most honored, most gracious, most appreciative of this. She will cherish this for many years to come. Our hope, of course, is that very soon she'll be able to return to the classroom and resume doing what she's done for so many years. Thank you very much.
Tonight's I have the privilege to introduce the recipient of the Employee of the Year Award. At CMC Steel, we realize that our employees are our greatest asset. They're the ones that uphold our core principles, deliver on our customer promise, and make us the passionate corporation that we are today. I'm honored to be recognizing one of our employees as Employee of the Year this year. The recipient of this award has given 22 years of dedicated service and commitment to CMC. Over the years, she has grown from a young woman just starting her professional career into a wife, mother, and friend that she is today. She always has a smile and a kind word, earning respect, loyalty, and friendship to customers and coworkers alike. She began her career at CMC in the mill, where she was responsible for all of our inventory. She then moved into the transportation department, and now she's working our sales department. A big part of our success is the direct result of her efforts and dedication, her commitment to quality, and her professional and personal integrity. After differentiating factors that help us set us apart from CMC and our competition, I'm proud to announce this year's Chamber of Commerce Employee of the Year, Ms. Cheryl Sanders.
I love my CMC family because they are a CMC family. Thank you.
Okay, so Brad told me last year I spoke too long, so I really tried to cut this down. So, I'm sorry. I'm here tonight to present the award for Business Person of the Year. Not only does this person own and operate one very successful in Magnolia, but two. This person works extremely hard to make sure that the business is run like well-oiled machines and that the customers always feel welcomed and relaxed when visiting her shop. She constantly invests in her employees by hosting in-store training sessions or sending them to train in New York or Dallas to further their education. It is obvious that her employees respect her and value her opinions. On any given day, you can walk in and witness her employees asking her questions or talking to other fellow employees in order to give their clients the best services possible. They pitch in to help each other out, whether it be sweeping the floor, answering the phone, or just simply visiting with their customers. This attitude is largely due to the example and standards set by their owner. In addition to the dedication she has for her business, this business owner has a heart for her community and spends much of her time giving back to those around her. Oh gosh, I lost my spot. She serves on the Board of Directors for Columbia County United Way and has recently been elected to the Magnolia Junior Charity League president. And judging by her right now, she thinks she's here to accept an award for a league tonight. So I think, looking at her face, I think we got her. So in 2015, she also started the Miss Merry Christmas pageant, in which all proceeds go to the children at Magnolia Specialized Services, and admission to the pageant is an unwrapped toy to be donated to the children as well. She is committed to quality service at her two businesses, Serenity Day Spa and 24-Hour Tanning, exemplifies volunteerism, and demonstrates concern for community betterment. It's my honor to present the Business Person of the Year Award to my friend, who lives like a local, Ashley Talley.
got me good. So I am, I'm very humbled. I'm very honored to stand before so many people tonight that I respect and look up to. I look around this room and see women and business owners that have made such an impact on my life. And I don't even feel that I should be up here. I'm shocked. I thought I was, like I think Julia said, it was a little bit of a blur. I thought I was here to speak on behalf of Magnolia Junior Charity League, so I was prepared for that. And I'm not great with surprise. I guess I could talk about them too. I'm not great with surprises unless maybe they're of the Murphy's variety. I think a lot of Murphy. I would have been maybe a little more comfortable. Thank you for your kind words, Julia. I can't even say how much that means to me. And I want to thank the community of Magnolia. I love Magnolia, and I've just, for the last 13 years, it's been my goal to provide something different for Magnolia, but also a place where you come in and you feel like home and you feel welcome, and that's always been our goal and will always be our goal. And I want to thank my husband that I see sitting back there that I didn't know was here tonight, and I see some friends back there too. I couldn't be a mom and own a business without his support. He has always just had my back on everything, and I'm probably not always the easiest woman to live with, and he loves me anyway, and supports me in everything that I do. And then I see my mother-in-law back there, and my father-in-law, my friends, that it takes a village to raise a family, and I definitely have that in my corner. And the ladies of Serenity are wonderful, and I couldn't balance this without them. They are great women, and they are like my family too, and an extended family. And thank you to the Chamber of Commerce. And Brad will probably tell me that I spoke too long too. You got another shout out tonight. Thank you all so much.
It's an honor to present the Public Servant Award to one of Magnolia's finest. I'm not talking about Colton. This officer is well respected within the Magnolia Police Department and in the community as well. He's an excellent leader. I would go as far as saying that he's a leader of leaders. He's among the top detectives in Columbia County. He has a great amount of respect. Even when he comes in contact with someone that has a criminal history, even those people that he made contact with seem to have a lot of respect for him. He spends a lot of time working for the citizens of Magnolia, volunteering, doing all kind of community service. He's a graduate of the FBI National Academy. He's currently enrolled in the CJI School of Supervision. It's an honor for me to recognize Captain Todd, as public servant of the year.
wasn't nervous until I seen all of you stand up. Now I'm having to catch up. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for this recognition. And first off, I do want to say thank you to the citizens of Columbia County and Magnolia, because I grew up here, but I've always had the support of the public, and that's not always been easy for them, I know, but I have, and I appreciate it. Chief Maxwell, he's had some testing times since he's been the chief, and he has supported us in our department and supported me, and I appreciate that. At the table is a few officers of our department, all of which are good officers in our department and excellent officers. But I have worked around Michael Caldwell for a long time, and I've had a lot of support from him over the years. My father's here tonight, and I appreciate that. He's the one that told me I could do it, and I couldn't have asked for a better father. And I'm not going to pull a Coltenberg, forget to thank my better half, her support, because I'm not always easy to live with. She puts up with it. Thank you, everybody.
This is fun, isn't it? I came to Magnolia in July. In the United Methodist Church, you get moved by a bishop, and I was glad to get to come here. It's an honor tonight to introduce to you the person who has been selected for the Community Service Award. He was one of the first people I met when I came here. He will never forget it, because I drove the U-Haul truck and got it stuck in the mud, and he had to move it. Come on up here, David Kaar. Hi. He was mad at me today because he's been nominated, because one of the things that he does is go to everything his children do, and so he's not there tonight with Hannah and the Magnolia band. But you did feed them before you left. So the list of what he does is he has bridged our band programs by not only making sure that we have things at the concession stand, but that people work it, and that it connects the Panthers to the Mule Riders. So he's into this athletic stuff, and he's always there. But not only that, he's a dance daddy, and he's a theater daddy, and he does so many things here at First United Methodist Church besides getting me out of the true literal mud, that we are just so grateful to God for what you do for us, what you do for our community, and the model that you are as a father and as a Christian. And we commend you to continue doing all of these things, and to begin to speak more slowly with a little bit more of a southern accent the longer you live here. If you could work on that, we'd be real happy. He doesn't know how to stand on this side of the microphone.
I'm always behind the scenes. I really don't know what to say. Like I said, I've been here because I didn't understand it. So I thought, anyway. I want to thank you for this. My dad, thank you for always being there for me.
David has also recently accepted our invitation to be the serving line chairman for the Magnolia Blossom Festival. So thanks, David. Very well deserved. In 1939, Jerome Murphy founded Murphy's Jewelers. I don't know if he even knew at the time how many lives his new venture would touch over the course of 77 years. Many of us in this room have experienced a Murphy's moment. The little golden crocodile bag or box, you see it and you get real excited. You know that there's something very special and nothing less than extraordinary in it. Murphy's Jewelers upholds the high standards for quality and service, and there is no distinction between big and small clients or customers. As Mr. Richard Murphy has stated, one uncompromising principle at Murphy's is to treat the $10 customer exactly the same as the $100,000 customer. It continues to be a very rewarding to help celebrate special occasions with their timeless treasures. Murphy's gives back to the community through its involvement in volunteer programs, sponsorships of events and organizations, and gifts to charity. They have been the leading sponsor for the Magnolia Blossom Festival 5K for many years. Without them, we would not be able to offer a USA Track and Field certified course, which is very appealing for those in the 5K world. With over 50 years of combined experience, Richard's daughter Maggie, Mark Williams, Aaron Wilkerson, and Chelsea Walsh continue to build the third generation business with the high standards and fine quality of which it was founded. Mr. Richard Murphy and his team deserve their Murphy's moment. And this is as close as we could get to it. Join me in congratulating Murphy's Jewelers as the Business of the Year.
Thank you very much. Maggie's grandfather founded Murphy's Jewelers in 1939. If he were alive today, he would be 100 years old. My dad always said, Magnolia has been good to Murphy's and good to the Murphy family. And I feel like Murphy's has been good to Magnolia. And I hope that relationship continues for many, many years. Thanks to these folks, I think it will. It's an honor. Thank you very much.
Julia read her speech from her phone. Mine is in big caps. And I hope I can see it. I'm very honored tonight to introduce the 2017 Citizen of the Year. She is someone that has always volunteered and worked for Magnolia, but when she said, I'm getting too old to do this, we all worried about what she was going to do when she retired. She had spent years and hours at Magnolia High School as the high school guidance counselor, working around the clock on schedules, scholarships, activities of all kinds, and the prom. Her garage, and I'm sure there are people here that worked with her on the prom. Her garage was a storage room for the prom for years, storing things to be used year after year, saving money for the schools, Mr. Ward. When this little small, energetic lady decided to retire, she went into total prom mode, 24/7, and hit the ground running. She threw her energy into Magnolia instead of pulling up her roofs and leaving our community. She has served on the Magnolia Regional Medical Center Hospital Foundation Board for 5 years, serving as president since 2014, and during her time as president, they have raised over $251,000 for the foundation. She served Junior Charity League many years ago as Follies chairman and past president, and continues supporting this organization in raising money every year for the children of Columbia County. She serves on the board of the Magnolia Arts. She is a member and past president of PEO, the CW chapter. She worked endless hours for Vote for Growth. She is president of Magnolia's Chi Omega Alumni chapter, working with girls from all over this area as they enter the college brief system. She is a member here at the First United Methodist Church, where she served as past president of the Education Committee, communion steward, and a member of the Altar Guild, chairman of the Food Bereavement Group, on the board of the Caring Place, and a board member of the Stew Pod. You ask her to plant flowers for the church, she's there. You ask her to work at the concession stand at the ball games, she's there. You ask her to sell t-shirts or coats at the Blossom Festival, she's there. You ask her to sell tickets to anything, and she's there, and she does it with a smile. She is one of those, and I can't say I'm one of these. She buys a ticket to every fundraiser. I buy them, but sometimes I try to hide, thinking I may not have to buy one. If she knows that we are selling a ticket to something, she wants to know where she can buy a ticket. Now, there's not too many of us that can say that. She is an advocate for our town, our kids, and our future. Please congratulate a very deserving Magnolia cheerleader and someone that has chosen in her retirement to keep moving and helping instead of sitting and complaining. Citizen of the Year, Whitney Whitelaw.
I did not expect this. I don't deserve this. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate your even considering me. I love Magnolia. I just think we're a great place to live and a great community. And we all support each other. We're small and we need each other and we support each other. So thank you so much. I'm just truly overwhelmed. Thank you.
Retired banker, heavy on the retired. My wife would like to shout out to Mr. Murphy. Thank you so much for all you've done for our family. And this new dude is thanks to Serenity Day Spa. Oh, but seriously tonight, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Magnolia, it's my privilege and honor to present the Archie Monroe Lifetime Achievement Award to Judge Mike Epley. His parents get the credit for giving him his name, but all the credit goes to him for being a judge. More about that shortly. Mike was raised here in Magnolia over on East North Street. He was raised with an older brother and an older sister and a step brother and stepsister and a very loving family. He was not known for his athletic prowess. Can you hear me okay? He developed the other side of his brain in many ways. Mike studied painting under the guiding eye of Miss Chamberlain, and then under the tutelage of Minnie Hawkins, he became quite the piano player. After graduating from Magnolia High School in 1963, Mike went on to graduate from Harvard, and then he got his Juris Doctorate from the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. Remember that, Samantha. Having spent 2 years in New Orleans teaching school, Mike met Betty Abercrombie,
They married in 1974 and moved to Magnolia in 1976. He practiced law and learned from the best, Joe Woodward and Mike Kaar. He had a private practice for several years and practiced with Keith Clegg and Epley before ending up in the McAllister building with his own private practice. Throughout his years in Magnolia, Mike and Betty raised 3 great children, but he always had the time to give back to his community. He's been a Rotarian for over 30 years. He served on the board of the Magnolia Regional Medical Center for over 28 years, almost 30 years, excuse me. And he was chair for 20 years, if you believe that. He served on the Magnolia Arts Council, the Old Union National Bank Board, the Community Columbia County Bar Association, the Southern Christian Mission Board, the Columbia County Bar Association, the South Arkansas Symphony Board, and he's now currently president of our local county Democratic Committee. Although he was raised in this church, he now calls St. James Episcopal Church his home, where he served in many capacities, and he's currently the organist there. I want to visit with some of Mike's co-workers, see if they give me a little insight into him. So I was able to get a hold of Darla Longino. She finally got back with me. Darla was his longtime secretary. Darla tells me that Mike always used to walk to work. I mean, he only had to walk 5 or 6 blocks, but he would always get to work late, strolling in about 9:30 or 10. Also, she found it hard to call him a boss because he never wanted to sound like he was giving orders to anybody. And just a little funny story. He came into work one day, announced to the group there, he was still in shock, that Betty was pregnant with John, their 3rd child. Elizabeth and Spencer were already in school, and of course, they were surprised about starting all over again. And Mike said, we're going to be up to our ears in Pampers and poop. A little over 4 years ago, he made up his mind to seek political office when he decided to run for county district court judge. He saw a place where he could serve and put his name up for election. He won and served our county with distinction as our judge. As a judge, he was always known to be fair and impartial, even bending over backwards to help the less fortunate. And I give him all the credit in the world for running for office. For any of you who have spent at least 5 minutes with him, you realize that he is Archie Monroe's successor in knowing everybody in Columbia County. He knows where they live, what they did, and who their family is. And he's always following up with people on our local, I'm not going to say historical society. That's an old joke, Ellie, I'm sorry. Mike has been a dear friend of mine for a long time, and I commend the Chamber of Commerce for bestowing this honor upon him. Mike could not be with us tonight, as he and Betty are babysitting a couple of grandkids in Austin. But we'll take this award and make sure he gets it. Thank y'all so much.